Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. This is Kemlin Tan Bappy and Lucian Tan welcoming you to our second year of Between the Lines. Today, our Shok artist, Shok means delicious in Singlish, and I'm very proud that we have an artist from Japan. Miki Ichikawa is a Japanese poet. He's an artist with a tender spirit who reaches out to the people of the world through his words and presence. Today, the prompt that he has given us is through his introduction to our community. He invites us to draw a poem, read it. I explore and pursue my own. I think that's what I'm going to keep doing. It is a fun thing to do. I enjoy my work, my life, my hobbies. Born in Tokyo, Japan in 1970, I'm a company employee and he wishes the best to all.
はい。じゃあ、よろしくお願いします。最初にちょっとエピローグを。ケムリン・リューシャン、今日はゲストに招待してくれてありがとう。今日のパフォーマンスは、リポイムというタイトルの詩を読みます。英語の後に日本語を読みますが、普通には読みません。これを使って読みます。Cameron and Lucian, thank you for evening to meet to be your guest today. For today's performance, we will read a poem titled Repoem. We will read Japanese after English, but not in the normal way. I will use this to read it. What is this? よいしょ。カンカラ。What? これでわかるかな ?English word. Japanese word. English reader. The brain instead and originated to establish a best theory. No, nothing is wasted, not even now. UNICEF, a human globalization is wrong. The scenery and object of the here and now appear to be brain and head and become word. In addiction, we're making things. We have chatted things that cannot be returned to nature. Human thoughts give rage to garbage. I should just turn back. Return to path of nature. Human begins. Human being. Every time I packed up trash or swept the front of my house, with a broom. It felt strange. It offered to me. Oh, okay, right. A few works such a series of memories and social information imprinted in the past. More research should be done on how to return what cannot be returned to nature. We should respect people as people. We should search things and grow garbage with love and affection. Today too, word imaged and popped out of my brain. After the outbreak, humans eventually started seeing each other like trash. Oh. And back to the way it should be, the way it was. Originally, there was nothing wasteful in nature. Japanese word. 脳内で拡散され、整理されて持論が確立していく。いや、今でさえ無駄はない。人間の概論が生まれなければだ。今ここの風景、物と脳が心に訴え、言葉と化していく。また、物を作る傍らで、自然に帰らぬものを作ってしまった。人間の考えがゴミを生んだのだ。折り返せばいいのではないか。自然の一部の人間へ帰る。ゴミ拾いや家の前をほうきで吐くたび、不思議な感じだった。ふと思った。過去に刷り込まれた記憶、社会の情報が一連の作業をしているうちに、帰らぬものを返す研究をこれ以上に進めるべきだ。人を人と敬うのが本来だ。物やゴミにも情や愛着を持って接すればよい。今日も脳から言葉が飛び出した。発生してから人間はやがて人同士でゴミ扱いするようになる。そして本来ある姿へ、あった姿へ。もともと自然には無駄がなかった。以上です。Thank you. いかがだったでしょうか。
Everyone on mute.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Fara-san. Oh, what a fascinating presentation of poetry. All right. Before we go into our round of presentations of responses, I would like to invite Lucian to play a curated set of videos. And during this time, please feel free to tighten your responses, formulate them, and that I will be calling you one and calling you up, and Lucian will be doing the primary vocal hosting, while I will be working chat and translation.
Your 5 minutes begin now.
You
Back to you, Kimlin.
I'm laughing because I am challenging myself, like everyone else, to have a response to Parasan. And not do I, only did I want it just to be a response, I want it to be as excellent as possible. Um, so, shall I share my response?
I think you're supposed to go last.
Let me just go ahead and go so that I can focus on translating.
No.
Noah.
No. That is rude. You're supposed to invite a guest, not grab. How un-Asian of you.
Gomenasai.
Yes. Is anyone ready to take the response?
Okay.
Go ahead, Ravi.
Thank you. I loved reading the poem that was shared on the page here. It's the perennial concern of humanity with how we intrude into nature and destroy the great gift that nature has bestowed us with. And though I started this poem early this morning, I had left it after the first stanza. While reading and listening to Para, I could write and then complete the poem just now. So I guess it is some kind of a response. I will let you judge how relevant it is, though. Yeah, I have titled this poem Mandakini, aqueous, silvery spray, like heel kissing braid of mossy rocks and bush green. Dawdle down, mother, hurtle down. I'd heard the songster poet invoking Ganga when a schoolboy and had dreamt nearly thus. What had washed 1,000 years' crime can hardly combat the refuse man discharges all along its course, wherever it flows. It is as if the mountains had split vertically and the molten sky poured down the gash. Quencher, assuager, absolver, you have blessed the land wherever you have traversed. Yet, man in his perfidy has sullied you all along your majestic progression. None returned from your perennial flow thirsting. You blessed all with a fringe of lush green, while you chose in places to rush down in secret, or with a placid countenance meandered, while anxious life jostled in your proximity. Yes, leopards, bears, crested eagles, among others, have found all along your banks their home and feed. In spite of transgressing humanity, you still carve for them terrain inaccessible to their enemy, my kindred. How many of us have turned to you at the end of our days, wishing that your cool waters may wash away all our perfidy? We pray, cry, and drown in your waters, perhaps. There are some who time and again seek in your presence what may sustain a little life and dignity. But I have known you in your terrible mood too, unforgiving when at last your patience runs out. You have swept to oblivion entire settlements, devastated the land which basked once in your munificence. You are the destroyer too, when destruction perhaps is all. The sky then grows dark, the earth heaves, rocks and mud smother, and the first man arrives, yet again, to start sullying your domain. Thank you.
What a sobering but exuberant tribute to nature. Who's next? Dr. Molly, go for it.
Yes, I was just brooding over the lines penned by Para. That is the very engrossing, engulfing dilemma we are in. Nature taken for granted. the pristine simplicity of nature. Man, through his greed, is distorting it. So my takeaway from that starting point is this poem that I penned. Let us go back. Let us go back to the pristine days of yore, when life was simple, uncomplicated. Each day dawned with bird songs, buoyant with hope, and fresh air wafted in free. Each dusk paved way for the night gracefully, suffused horizons, bidding farewell thankfully for the sanguine day that was sweet and kind. Waking up was finding the new and fresh, energy rousing, flowing in mind, body, pulsating here, there, everywhere. The water we drank was serene, unmolested. The air we breathed was fresh, untinged with human meddling. Each crop we planted with reverence religious, respecting Mother Earth, touching her soft. What if we went back to those days of calm, where we had time for everything, our mind absorbed in our acts, not panic-stricken? Can't we leave our air and water free, our forests and valleys free? Let them dwell in their own being, in their pristine, simple being, growing to sustain all. Let us plant saplings with love. Practice love that expands and grows in all. Let our trees, though they stand separate, hug each through their roots, empowering the earth. Let the disparate join in a harmony celestial to build a world anew, enveloped in green. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry I couldn't share the screen. Thank you.
I see Rick Spizak's hand up.
While I did prepare a piece earlier, I do respect and respond to the passages that we saw today. So I offer this little thought to my brother Para. Thank you, sir. You offer us great wisdom. Watching the falling leaves. Let me respond this way. While often we see human action as fallen from the tree, somehow in opposition in its relation to nature's way and flow. As nature herself teaches, it can be destructive, it can bear great fruit, it offers us ugliness. The ancients said the perceivable world, our mask of the Tao, has three faces: to preserve, to create, to destroy. A triple balance. To hold to one doesn't respect the tree. Whose fruit are we?
We have Diane Marie Ward next.
Good day, everyone. The brain, nothing is wasted. Help and become one. Things that cannot be returned to nature, garbage. Return to the path of nature. human beings, a threat to us, a series of memories, brain dead in the past. We show respect after the outbreak, back to the way it should be. Originally, nothing was different in nature. As each slip of paper returns to its container, the dullness of the empty and filling can gives me hope in refilling hope, not garbage. So as Para was providing the words, I was taking specific words out of his piece and using his physical presence as well, because the sound of the can filling with those strips of paper to me was a signal, a sounding alarm. And let me also say, while we were writing, I wrote this: we are koi in the Para stream today. Thank you.
Diane, did you want me to share that image that you sent through?
Yes, please. So this is a media piece. It's a daiku. Goddess of the moon, her lunar landscape so scarred, watching children cry. And the significance also is that the crayons that I used were developed by Crayola crayons, and it's called Colors of the World. And as someone who has always been drawing, I remember as a child we used to put red and white together to make pink. We would take brown and add white. And the colors that you see in here that fill the holes are from that box of crayons, where it shows different colors of the earth. So that is the moon, and that is the daiku that goes along with it. And that was my interpretation of the world and the earth and the moon looking down on us as it watches children cry, and the scarring and the tears that the moon feels. Thank you.
Who's next? Camlin, I think you get to go.
Okay. So this is what I created in response to Barasan and a haiku. Human life garbage? What do you value in life? Are our hearts tainted? Barasan, arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay. We still have time for more responses. I see Jennifer Leong's hand up.
Yeah. So when I saw the prompt, I got kind of stuck when I realized I had to draw something and I don't draw. So I did a letter U and I drew the letter U. So this is what you see in thick felt pen. And this is going to be a reverse poem, but after listening to Para just now, I realized that this reverse poem can also be done randomly as well. The lines can work randomly. So I'm just going to read the next slide, which has got Japanese in it as well, the next slide. So it's called You. Was thinking of you, or was it the letter U? About the game Uno. Who's left standing, you know? We used to play back in the day, back when we were two, inseparable, me and you. Backwards, inseparable, me and you. Back when we were two, back in the day, we used to play. Who's left standing, you know, about the game Uno? Or was it the letter U? Was thinking of you. So I'm going to do it a little bit more randomly now, inspired by what Para did just now. We used to play. Who's left standing, you know, back in the day? About the game Uno, back when we were two. Or was it the letter U? Inseparable, me and you. Was thinking of you. Thank you.
Who's ready to go next? I see you, Daswani.
Yeah, okay. I posted something earlier, but I'm going to try and do something else. And with the permission of the chair, I'm going to try and do two very quick ones. These are previous poems I've written, so it's not strictly speaking in response, but hopefully Parasan, what I'm about to read will resonate with the poem you've shared with us and just your whole philosophy. I was very moved by it. So this one is titled, We Mark This Land. And it goes like this. We mark this land, we mark this land, roundabouts and rectangles, circles, concentric and contoured, centrifugal and centripetal, we square our circles, then circle our wagons. We love our triangles, defend our pentagons, roam our rhombuses, try to pencil in perfection, perimeters and chalk, fragments we can never own, fragments that we never hold. We mark this land, we mark this land, tracing crooked lines into the sand. So that's the first one. The second one is from a collection, it's an ekphrastic collection with a whole bunch of Korean painters. And this one's titled Whale Songs of the Earth. And once again, I hope it does resonate. And it goes like this. Looping the loop, she loops along her Goldilocks way, sticking to her swim lane and not going too far astray. Mother Earth is pirouetting with a lonely moan, reassuring herself in a cosmic F1, she's not alone. At night, she sings herself a lullaby to go to sleep. She tried, but has lost count of her countless sheep. Somewhere across the ether, her cry may get heard, but for now, any answer in whale song is getting blurred. Thank you.
Who else? I see Itie. Welcome back.
Yes, hello, I am back. Permission to share screen. Yeah, right. So this poem is technically more of a response for last week's prompt, but I was thinking of the nature imagery inside. It can also work as a response for Parasan's poem as well. So here it goes. Reflections by the shores, and I'm alone here. The early morning is cold, and the sand is loose from storms in the nights prior that I clench so hard because I hate that I never tried hard enough to stay afloat. How I showed my emotions was beautiful until it drowned us all, and I never dared to swim in it again, even when I still wanted to explore the seas. What then when we sink all we once cherished so easily, and even when the tides calm, I still would have chosen exile. Dawn comes, and I'm still alone here. But I see me, who resides within the waters clearly now. That this is how I have to find myself. Poetry to keep the drowning out my lungs as it takes me deeper and deeper down as I fill in the void that they left. I've been here before. I'm here again. And I always feel lighter than I remember. Yeah.
He's back. All right. I see E. Justin. Take it.
Hello, sharing screen. Okay, I interpreted para as parachuting. So what is more exciting than parachuting is synchronized parachuting by the Red Lions. National Day, Singapore. Yeah. So here goes. Parachute free fall, Singapore Red Lions. Our pride, our call, floating high above all. And the Japanese translation is there. First, the feeling at the pit of the tummy, wanting to hold on tight to mummy. As C-130 aircraft hits heights of 12,500 feet, and pressure mounts exponentially akin to Wall Street. This is a DJ taken on a flight in like 2017. Okay. Then the howling of the wind, the flapping of jumpsuit on skin, as one readies the chute and takes the plunge, dressed in overalls like car mechanic grunge. 360 degrees of freedom, no time to selfie, handsome. Time to join hands with fellow jumpers into formation by the numbers. Charity Elephant becomes Dumbo, and I'm flying Angkukwe girls blushes like a tomato. The crowd is captivated, all eyes skywards. And oh, uncle confidently yells, they will land safely, mark my words. The heady feel of wind rushing past the ears, below the oohs and the ahs of crowd breaks into cheers. These Red Lions are truly peerless peers, work for every bit with blood, sweat, tears, and beers. As they come in for the landing, a sharp crescendo in the crowd's cheering. They circle once, twice, and turn on the colored smoke. With practice care, they land, all commando level trained, no joke. The last jumper comes in strong and proud, with the SG flag displayed. The excited screams of the crowd are unbearably loud. Applause and cheers as she lands safely and together, trading congratulatory handshakes and banter. The Red Lions have done it again. Free fall parachuting is really their domain. Thank you.
Okay, we have one, maybe two more responses before we begin closing out the show. Very well then. I think this is perfect timing. I'm going to present my piece and then Kemlin's going to close us out. So, I don't know about drawing a poem, para, but I can move to one. So, I give you Tango in the Rain. Swim into my eyes, move with me, heartbeat, body, synchronicity, revel in this moment, superseding. Time, place, language, rain.
I will try to read it. I'm afraid it's a little bit long. I hope I will manage to read it as quickly as possible in order to be in 4 minutes. It's about the desperation, about a kind of cry of desperation from the part of nature addressed to us when we misuse nature in order to celebrate some things which are important to us and which bring joy to us, but may not bring joy to the nature. That's about my poem, and that's my answer to Mr. Parra's poem. So it is from the perspective of a Christmas tree. Silent Night 2, there at the final station. I'm not going to be your Christmas tree. I won't allow you to cut me off my roots with your human aches, to steal my dead body from the forest, to bring it to your warm and cozy human home, to fasten it next to your warm and friendly human oven, to put on it some immaculately white human dress, to make your beloved human bride, and to replace my mortal wild existence in the pagan forest with a human life which could become eternal if I manage to if which could become eternal after my next human death if I manage to overpass to avoid what you call human station to what you call human sin, blah blah blah. I'm not going to be your tree. It's about time for you to learn. Christmas tree is gender neutral, not a feminine, and for sure not common known. The Christmas tree just doesn't feel like being decorated according to your taste. Christmas tree just doesn't feel like being decorated. Christmas tree doesn't feel like being someone's Christmas tree. A Christmas tree just doesn't feel like being a Christmas tree at all. For you, a Christmas tree reflects for keeping alive the illusion of being able to make something more beautiful than it was. How could one embellish something you killed in order to embellish? How could bad beauty add beauty to a beauty that is already dead? I'm not going to be your Christmas tree. I won't become the of some stupid human stories of yours. And if on Christmas Day you find me lying down on the sidewalk, buried under the snow that has fallen the whole night on the little square at the final stop of the city train, remember I have never been your Christmas tree, or maybe I choose to be someone else's. Nevertheless, if you really care so much about Christmas trees, you can always buy yourself an artificial one and order personalized Christmas during the first week of January before the death of the three wise men. I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't more than 4 minutes, or not too much, not too much more.
Thank you, Marcia. Very good. So,
Thank you.
thank you everyone for your responses to Parasan's prompt. Parasan, do you have any words for us?
はい、読みました。
Everyone, I'm so happy to meet you.
うん、
So, Parasan,
はい、
we are going to put the show on
うん、
on video, and then if you have things that you want to say again to everyone, you can type to me in Japanese and I will translate
はい、
into English.
はい、はい。うん、
Okay? Sugoi.
OK、OK。
Okay, so everyone, I wanted you to know why this format is so exciting to me, because we
うん、
will be posting the video on YouTube and then in our Club Mermaid. And under our video banner, please feel free to put all your poems in that you have written or tightened up underneath it, and then I will go through with DL and translate everything so that Parasan can enjoy it as well, and his friends can enjoy it who only speak Japanese. And then if Parasan responds in Japanese, I will give you responses in English translated. And this way, other friends who could not make our show can watch Barasan and respond to Barasan's work. So this way, we wanted to create a global setting where everyone can have access to the work that you all do. Hence the new format. And thank you everyone for coming and bringing your beautiful responses, your poetic words, and your dance. And now, before I end, I'm going to ask Lucian if he has anything he would like to say, and then I will close us.
I'm really enjoying this new format too, but the other thing that I'm very excited to foreshadow is this new format of call and response is going to lend towards a much larger project in the near future. So watch for that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we're trying to create spaces where your words will be viewed more and considered in more than just 2 hours on a Tuesday. So that is why we thought that for our second year, this is the format that we have chosen. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. Arigato gozaimasu. To Barasan, to each one of you esteemed poets, you are here because we appreciate your words, your artistry, and your perspective in this world. You are lovable, you are capable, you are valuable. You are able to respond to this world and to reach out to the hearts and appeal to the hearts of our peoples in order to make a difference. This is our hope and prayer. Good night, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. See you and all your poems and your pictures and imagery on Club Mermaid.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Camlin, and
Thank
Sarah
you.
and everybody. Thank you so much.
Be well, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Stay well,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All the best. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.